Someone said it's amazing how different Ian Garry got after his first few fights. He was somewhat humble. Now he really thinks he's Conor. I personally don't think he thinks he's Conor. I think he thinks he's Ian Garry, and I have no problem with that. There is nothing wrong with believing in yourself, calling your shot, or anything like that. That's not why I don't like Ian Garry. Why I don't like Ian Garry is because he comes off more like Ronda Rousey than a Conor McGregor. And I'll just give you an example. When Miesha Tate reached her hand out to shake Ronda Rousey's hand after she had lost, Ronda just looked at her, shrugged her off, and kept walking. It was, it's a turnoff. When you see how Ronda acts at the press conference with Holly Holm, when you see how Ronda talks, it's a turnoff. It makes you cringe. Conor McGregor, not so much. When Dennis Seaver refused to shake Conor McGregor's hand and Conor flipped him off, that was more of a, whoa, that's a badass moment. It's just different. It's all about perception and how you come off. And Ian Garry comes off more like Ronda Rousey. The things that he says in interviews are cringe. The way he acts and behaves, and it's weird. Some of the stuff he does is weird, but I didn't like mostly the Neil Magny thing where he was making this into this and really just blew what Neil Magny said out of proportion and tried to put a label on Neil Magny, which I don't think was right. It was borderline defamation, and just not right to me. It was cringe. It wasn't cool. And Ian Garry, what I don't like for athletes in general, not just Ian Garry, but for athletes in general, is when they try to present themselves as some sort of moral authority for the world, as though they have the right idea and we all don't know what's going on and we need to listen to them and da-da-da. Ian Garry talking about, you never ever put your hands on a child. It's like, yeah, but sometimes you do, because you need to instill punishment and you need to make sure that they understand consequences. So sometimes you do. If your child is messing with the boiling pot on the stove, there's nothing wrong with slapping them away and saying, hey, don't be next to that. Don't be next to the fire with the burning pot of boiling water. Don't be next to the electricity socket. Don't do that. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, an extensive beatdown, beating your kids, that's different. Abuse, that's different. But making sure your children understand consequences, it's kind of what you're supposed to do. And this gentle parenting stuff that they're trying to push now. Oh, baby, are you sure you want to go? Don't do that. Don't do that. Like, it's kind of, it's ineffective, okay? It's ineffective. And for Ian Garry to act like he somehow has this grip on the world where, yeah, bro, listen, the MMA thing is going great for you. You're doing your thing. You're winning in the UFC. Okay, great. But leave it at that. You're not going to fucking all of a sudden lecture me and the people at home and, wave your finger at us as though you're some sort of moral, whatever, you know what I mean? Because you're not. So that's my take on Ian Garry. He comes off like Ronda Rousey more than he comes off like Conor McGregor, and it's cringe. So with that said, let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you agree with me, disagree with me. Maybe you love Ian Garry. Maybe you can't get enough of Ian Machado Garry. Who knows? So let me know in the comment section below. Agree, disagree. It does not matter. Just join the discussion and please follow for more, because you are appreciated.